Hey my YouTube loves, and welcome back to my channel. So I thought I'd make a video today talking about how I use the cruise budgeting envelope system. So let me tell you a funny story first. Okay, so my first cruise, my first 7-day cruise, I went out of California, out of Long Beach, on a 7-day cruise aboard the Carnival Splendor to Mexico. So my first cruise I took was a Royal Cruise, and it was paid for from somebody else, so I didn't have to spend anything or have any money. They took care of everything. Thank God for the blessing. But my first 7-day cruise, I was with my sister and we was with a group of people. I have never traveled before. I'm new to cruising. I'm new to Carnival. I'm new to a 7-day cruise. I don't know nothing. So I said, sis, how much money should I bring? And she was like, oh, about a couple $100. You should be fine. It's just you. So I brought $300 for everything. And we was there for 2 days prior to the cruise. So we did all the sightseeing stuff in California. It's my first time in California. I'm buying souvenirs galore for everybody. You know, for me, the kids, family, and friends. We get to the terminal, the cruise port, and I got about $100. Now, I don't know that much about cruising, so I put the $100 on my account. And I'm tapped out. I have no cash at this point. I'm buying fruity drinks. I'm buying bingo cards. And by day 2, I'm like, you need to go to guest services because your card is inactive. And you don't want that feeling, guys. You go to guest services and say, oh, you ran out of funds. You know, you need to add some more funds to your account. So thank God I brought a credit card with me, and I added the credit card, and I was just fine. But I didn't want to use that credit card because that was my in case of emergency credit card that we all had. But I mean, I wasn't going to spend the next 6.5 days with no money. I had to use Carnival very high ATM machine to pull money down from my account. I can have some money to pay for excursions and other things we need to pay for. So ever since that cruise, I really budget very hard for my cruise to stay within a budget and to make sure that I have the most fun that I could possibly have on my cruise. So in this video, I'm going to teach you guys how I save and how I budget for my cruise. And if you've seen any of my cruise vlogs, I have fun. I don't hold back on things that I want, but I pre-budget for as much as I can. Let's get into this video. So first of all, tip number 1 is when you set up your onboard expense account, I always use cash. I never use credit. So I mentioned this in a previous video. I send myself cruise cash to fund my account, my onboard account in advance. If you hear the noise outside, the lawn care people are more on my neighbor's grass. So sorry about that. I can't control that. They literally just started as I was going to record the video. Anywho, I fund my account with cruise cash. Now, being on multiple cruises, I kind of know what I want to do on the cruise, what we like, what we don't like, what we would probably buy. Keep in mind, you know, some Carnival expenses could sorry about that. Could be expensive. A picture could cost like $19 for one picture. And you got bingo. You have a $10 holiday sale that they do through the gift shop stores. Don't go crazy when you see all that stuff. I promise you, you may want to buy it. Victoria's Secrets, perfume, earrings, jewelry. Do your research on what the ships offer, the shops. We usually buy liquor. You know, gotta get that white Henny. I usually go to the casino. The kids usually do the the game room, and hubby likes to occasionally order a movie in a room and sit back and relax. So we sit down before our cruise, me and hubby, and we pretty much discuss what we want to pay for on the ship, what some things we know we're going to do on the ship, and try to set a realistic budget for our cruise. It's a cruise, a vacation. We got to come back home and live. So first tip is to try to prepay for as many things as you can. Prepay your gratuities. Prepay for your drink packet if you choose to get that. Send yourself some cruise cash. Yes, it's non-refundable, but I only send what I know we're going to spend. So a couple $100, if I need more than that, I'll put it in an envelope as backup money. I'm only going to spend what I definitely know we're going to spend on the ship. I also get my kids a soda card so they can have their sodas It's already prepaid for. Cruise cash for me is a #1 big tip I can give any cruiser. You go into your Carnival account and go into the fun shops, get some cruise cash. I don't get the bar or the pictures. I strictly get cruise cash because I can use that across anything I may purchase. My cruise cash, if I want to purchase a couple of pictures, I want to buy a couple of souvenir t-shirts. Another tip, I only buy souvenirs for myself and my family on the ship because of my kids. I long stopped buying souvenirs for everybody, their mom, dog, cat, neighbor, doctor, because people don't appreciate that mess. And you lugging back all the extra stuff in your luggage. And yeah, no, I'm not doing that. So I buy like refrigerator magnets on the ship. Yeah, I know my refrigerator magnets. So I budget with my cruise cash for those expenses. So that stuff is prepaid for. Envelope stuff that I have is for my cash that I'm going to use for things I didn't prepay for. If it's an excursion that I'm doing through Carnival, it's prepaid for. If it's an excursion that I'm paying in cash that's not through Carnival, the money is in my envelope. So I just want to explain that first before I go through my envelopes, okay? So my first envelope that I have and use is our travel day envelope. And I have envelopes, as you guys see, we have a lot of envelopes for every single day on the cruise. Or where we go on vacation. So this is my travel day envelope. We have to drive to the airport, and then, you know, we're at the airport, we fly down to Orlando, we're going in 2 days early. So this envelope is going to have airport snacks on it. I usually write notes on the back of it too for myself of what we're going to put, how much we're spending the money in there, what the money is for, so I just know. So airport snacks, we usually bring our own snacks from home, but if I want a cup of coffee or want a Sprite, something like that, it's in here. Tips. If I'm going to tip the person who take our bags, we first curbside check-in. Tip money is in here, and it's also money in here for later that day once you get to Orlando for dinner, things of that nature. Now, mind you, also Uber. Uber is a huge way to travel now. So I have a separate bank account or debit card I use at home for things like Uber expenses, not a credit card, bank card or debit card that I use for my Uber accounts when I'm traveling. So that money is already prepaid for, set in that account strictly just for Ubering. You can't pay Uber cash. If you can, I don't. So this money is for tips. It's for our dinner meals. What we're going to eat at. And usually I research what's in the area with kids. We grasp the fast, nothing fancy. And our budget for that day in Orlando for our first day. Our second day is Orlando because we're spending an extra day. So we're going to do some sightseeing, things of that nature. So our budget amount for sightseeing, if we got anything in particular we want to do. I mentioned previously we're thinking about doing Universal Studios. If we decide, and I don't buy the tickets in advance, it'll be the money for the entry fee tickets. It'll be the money for any expenses I need in Orlando that we're going to use for our family of 5 going on this cruise. I put the cash in here. That's what we spend. Now, another tip also, let's say I put $100 in my travel envelope. Now, I don't spend $100. Whatever left over, I transfer to the next envelope to add to that. And I keep transferring any unused money to the following envelope until I get to the last envelope. Some days I spend more, some days we spend less. So the next envelope is our boarding day envelope. And keep in mind, I made these envelopes up for this video, keeping it real. Usually my envelopes are more sparkly. I have stickers on here. I mean, I do it up. I make it fancy. So it's boarding day. Usually I just have money here for, we don't usually eat breakfast. We usually eat a granola bar because we getting on the ship early and eat our free food. That's on the ship. So I'm not going to pay for breakfast. I mean, if the hotel has something, then that's fine. But I'm not going to pay for breakfast anywhere. That's why we try to board early to get on board the ship to eat the food we pay for already, free food. So usually I just have money here for the porters. The porters take our bags. We're a family of 5 with a lot of bags, between $15, $20 just for tipping the porter. That's usually the only expenses in the boarding day because we're getting on a ship. And of course, everything is already funded through our Southern Sands card or cruise cash. So we reach our first port. Costa Maya is our first port on our upcoming cruise. if we don't have an excursion book, like in this particular envelope, and we probably want to walk off the ship and see if there's someone, a vendor, having advertising excursion. So we put money in there just for that. We may want to go to the beach. We don't know what we want to do at Costa Maya. This is our port. We have nothing planned. So we put money in here based off previous cruises. We know we can probably get an excursion from anywhere between $15 to $40 per person. We kind of stay in that price range. Like, okay, we decided to do an excursion and do a tour of the island, or we'll go to the beach. We're not spending no more than $15 to $40 per person. That's our max. So we have excursion money here if we even do an excursion. We have money for tipping the cab driver, tipping, you know, if it's a person on there helping, tipping our guy, and money for souvenirs. And we pretty much know what souvenirs we want to buy too. Like, I buy refrigerator magnets, and I like to collect from each island little artworks like this. This is from Jamaica, from last year. So I try to budget. Okay, I'm only gonna spend between $20 to $60 for artwork, wood carving artwork, from the island. So I budget what I'm gonna spend for those in my envelopes as well. Meanwhile, if I don't find it, again, I'm transferring it to the next envelope, where we don't spend that particular day. We put money in there for if we want to buy some food for the day in the island. I like to drink the local beer in the island. So again, hubby don't drink, but I do. So I like to get like the local beer. And so I put money in there for that. The kids, they want to get like a small little trinket souvenir. That's in that envelope. It's strictly all cash for us. We do take a credit card off, or take a credit card with us, again, for emergencies in case we see something amazing we want to get. Well, we don't really buy jewelry and stuff like that. We just really just a sightseeing tour, a day at the beach, but it's still the case of emergency. What if we get left and we need to fly back or anything? We just like to have a credit card on us at all times, just for case of emergency. Now, we at our next port, Mahogany Bay, Honduras. This is an excursion that I already have. We already have an excursion booked that we booked outside of Carnival. So I'm usually having here the paperwork, email paperwork that I have of the excursion, the money for the excursion, tips, because we tip our drivers here and there, and money for souvenirs of being here. So if I had any extra money, let's say in our Costa Maya envelope, I'm going to now, at the end of the day, we get back on the ship, put that money in this envelope. Okay? So let's say we had $20 extra from that day. We didn't buy the many souvenirs. It goes in our Costa Maya budget envelope, so we have a little bit more money to spend. If I overspend, which I'm not, because once I see the money gone, it's gone. Just all I'm going to have is this day. Now, aside from our port, we have envelopes for each port day. We make envelopes for all our port days. Aside from port day envelopes, get you back focused. Your girl love the casino. I ain't gonna lie. I love my casino. I love my roulette. I love my slot machines. Now, I'm gonna budget my expense, because once I win big, I'm getting the head out the casino. I'm gone. If I lose, I had my fun, I had my fix, I'm gone. Now, usually with my casino budget, I literally budget an amount of money per day. So let's say I'm budgeting $100 per day. I'm not going every day to the casino, first of all. I'm not going 7 days. I'm not going to give Carnival $700 for the casino. She ain't doing that. But I budget, because I mean, if you got a port day, you after port day back selling, you know, you with your family. It's a family cruise, not girls trip cruise, not a couples cruise. It's a family cruise. So I won't be in the casino as much. But I will be in the casino, and I budget my expenses per day. If I lose, then I lose. I'm at the casino, I had a good time, I had fun. But if I'm winning, my goal is, I always tell myself, if I win more than $100 over what I started with, I'm going to stop and carry that money on to the next day. I use the same method I use with my envelopes. I mean, if I win in the casino and I budget $100 for that first day, and I'm up to $300, $400, $1,000, I'm going to stop and carry the money to the next day. So the next day, I'm not going to take the money out the envelope I had that I scattered for that day. I'm going to use some of my winnings that day. If I lose all my winnings from the previous day, I may go back to the room and get the money I had set aside for that day. But that's just a casino budget. That's my particular budget for the casino. But again, I'm not doing the casino that much this cruise because this is a family cruise. I spend time with my babies. And lastly, we have a traveling home sad face envelope. This is money we may use if we try to stay on the ship as late as possible, because we usually take late flights back home. So we're gonna have breakfast, the kids can relax, and we have to take over to the airport. We usually don't try to buy them any snacks, but we may stop and get them a little snack before we traveling back home. This is also gonna have money to get from the airport to where our car is dropped off at, to pay the people who took care of our car for the week. All of that would be in this envelope, because again, we're using cash across the board. We try not to use a credit card at all. But there has been times where we need to use the credit card to go to the emergency room, the doctor on board the ship. They are very expensive. We have a card for those type of emergency. My son has asthma, so if we need a breathing treatment machine and we have to go rent the expensive thing from downstairs, we have the money to do that, because again, our onboard expense account is 100% funded by cruise cash. And other things as well, price dropping, and if we got money when we booked our cruise, which I discussed in a later video. So what we put on there before we board is what we try to stay within budget. We try not to go back down and add any additional cash to our onboard account. These envelopes strictly are for things we do off the boat, casino, and the casino. So hope this video helped. If you have any other questions regarding how I use my envelope system, leave a comment down below. I will greatly help answer those questions. If you have been on a cruise before, you have any tips to leave people, leave a comment down below. I hope you guys like this video. I'm doing a lot of videos leading up to my cruise as I'm preparing for different items. I'm getting you guys prepared for your next upcoming cruise. Hope you like this video. Subscribe to this channel. And until the next video, peace, my loves.